Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Ram HD LongHorn. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to the website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 6.7 liter Cummins turbo diesel that's paired to the 68 RFE 6-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs with this of 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, notice how it kind of like raises up towards the center. It's a Ram thing, and then we have our 2500 heavy duty badge there on the side. Pretty cool looking headlight design here, and then tons of chrome trim here on the grille, and then notice the two-tone paint here at the bottom with the brown. And putting it all together, well, it's got that Western theme going so far. Tire and wheel setup is 285/60/20 in the front and over in the rear, and you guys can see the silver there with the metallic gray for the wheels. And then notice that two-tone continues onto the fender flares and then along the side, and we do have some chrome here with the mirror caps, the badges, all that. And then here's our full side view with this Ram LongHorn. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the tailgate drop down, remote start, and then we have our LongHorn logo there on the back. Now taking a look at the bed, you guys can see protection from the factory with the tailgate, and then you can see the bed liner as well. Got the cargo partition because this one has the Ram boxes. Notice we also have LED lights, and with the bed itself, it's pretty dang easy. Now with the Ram boxes, we have storage here, as you can see. And then popping over to the other side, this Ram box has the power outlet right there at the end, which is nice. Now I've got the LED taillights, then you guys can see the LongHorn badge there, and again, two-tone with the bumper. And then putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with this Ram LongHorn. Really cool coloration on the door panel. You can see the darker brown here at the wood trim and then the black. I love the contrast there, and then look at the, I guess the alligator texture is what we will call it. I love that. And then you guys can see here with the power side steps. And that two-tone theme continues onto the seats here with the black and the brown. And then got the under-seat storage. And then being a crew cab, we do have ice buckets. Now legroom here in the back is pretty good. Not as good as the new Ram 1500 crew cab, but still pretty good. Also, I like the saddlebag there. Anyways, nice carpeting here with the LongHorn, but also it has rubber and you can pull it out if you just want rubber. Anyways, you can see here at the wood trim, got our USBs, heated seats in the back, full power outlet as well. I like that. It's fencing. That's cool. Anyways, headroom's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see here, soft touch at the top and then the wood trim, and then again with the alligator texture there. All of our window controls front two are automatic. You get our mirror adjustments, they do power fold in, and then you have these for the mirror lights, and then that is to extend the mirrors. Then you got your convex mirror adjustment there, memory seats, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And while we're over here, payload capacity 1910. And then here's the front seat again, LongHorn there, and you can see perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments, and then again with the LongHorn floor mat. Also got all of our light controls, the fog light and the cargo light, and then you've got your cargo outlet, and then pedal adjustment as well. And then I like the wood trim here with all of the leather. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see the darker trim on the outside, then you got some wood trim and some contrasted brown stitching. Radio controls on the back of the steering wheel. We also have adaptive cruise control, a gear limiter, controls for the center stack as well. Turn signal, windshield wiper stock, and then we have our good old-fashioned column shifter with some nice stitching. Now the LongHorn does get the digital gauge cluster. This is the analog view, and then we got the digital view. I always kind of prefer the analog view with this new gauge cluster, but it's nice that it does get the upgraded gauge cluster because it's obviously a higher-end package. And then above that, you guys can see with the soft touch trim on the dash, more of that alligator texture there. This one has a Harman Kardon sound system and then wood trim here at the top too. Now this truck does come with a 360 camera system, so you can see I have a bunch of different angles here with the truck, which I think is a big plus. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, so first off, lane departure there with stability control, analog climate controls on either side, radio controls as well. Got our parking sensors down below with our tow haul mode, diesel exhaust brake, trailer brake controls, and then we got a shortcut bar here at the bottom with the infotainment screen. And so you can see it does take a second for some of the pages here to load up. Notice we have heated and cooled seats as well as a heated steering wheel. Got our driveline select. Do have 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low. No 4-wheel auto with this. And then a little charging area here with wireless phone charging pad. Also have an outlet down below. Sliding center console. Nice wood trim on this. And then you guys can see limited Longhorn edition. And again, you got that alligator texture. And then good storage here. You can see more storage behind as well. And while we're on the topic of storage, got both of the glove boxes. Again, nice wood trim there on the outside. And then we do have a power sliding rear window. And then you guys can see here with the sunroof up top as well. Now taking a look at the window sticker, you guys can see 74,000 base MSRP, and after all options on this, 99,615 bucks. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring, throughout the rest of the rear, and, well, let us set off in the Longhorn 2500. This is the true luxury Cowboys truck, right? Having all the leather and everything. And I guess the other part of it being the luxury side is it's 2500, right? 2500 emphasize, or I should say, I guess I could say emphasizes suspension comfort over payload capacity compared to the 3500. And it says like 1900 pounds of payload. If this was a 3500, it'd have probably about 3500 pounds of payload. But the ride quality of this is obviously, that's quite a bit better compared to a 3500. Actually getting up and rolling here with the Longhorn. Good torque out of the diesel so far. And I will say, not as comfortable as a 1500 series truck. Still has solid axles, front, rear, and a little bit heavier duty suspension compared to a 1500. But I mean, for an HD truck, it's pretty decently comfortable. I'm surprised, but in a good way. In a good way. Seat comfort though is really good, and I love the look of this interior with all the brown accenting. I think that's really a big plus. And yeah, good torque. I mean, it gets up and moves. It's not, I wouldn't call it insanely quick, but I mean, it's got more than enough power. And on the highway, it's pretty comfortable to ride. More comfortable than you'd expect. Again, given the suspension and everything else that's happening. So I'm impressed in a positive way. So something's up here with the Longhorn 2500. Luxury cowboy truck. I think that's a good way to put it. So obviously, you know, a big part of the Longhorn is you gotta like the Western theme. So if you like the Western theme, you like the Longhorn. Now in terms of the 2500 with this package, obviously the payload capacity is going to be a limiting factor for some people. So this is the type of truck that, like, if you're mostly going to be daily driving it, like you're not going to be towing and hauling all that often, that's kind of where this truck sits. And so it can still do the towing and hauling, but like if you're going to do it all day every day, you're going to want to do a 3500, not a 2500. So the 2500 is more, hey, this is the truck that I also happen to daily drive, whereas the 3500, that's kind of where it's more about, hey, this is the truck that I tow with and then happen to daily drive every so often. So it's kind of switched with both of the trucks, if that makes sense. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the Longhorn. I still think this is probably my favorite package on the HD trucks now. It used to be my least favorite because I used to like the sporty packages more, but now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, I don't know, I like the Western theme. It's just, yeah, there's more happening instead of just being all black and dull. But yeah, let me know what you think.